Quincy, Illinois, a small Midwestern town overlooking the Mississippi River, is a peaceful community filled with expanding economic growth, a focus on family life, a love for its natural beauty, and a history as diverse as the men and women who settled it. How did the Gem City become the bustling city it is today? To find out, we venture back to the year 1822, when two young Easterners, John Wood and Willard Keyes, began exploring an unknown western Illinois frontier. In their adventures, they came across a Peter Flynn, from whom John purchased 160 acres of land for $60. The land was part of the vast Illinois military tract and rose up the limestone bluffs eastward from the Mississippi River. Wood built his first home at the base of today's Delaware Street, near the river. The one-room log cabin was a meager 18 feet by 20 feet, and in marked contrast to the magnificent Governor John Wood mansion you will see today. As time went on, Wood began speculating in properties, buying up bounty land from veterans of the War of 1812 who were not interested in property on the frontier and selling off small lots to new arrivals. The growing settlement was established as Quincy, named after the President John Quincy Adams, who was inaugurated on March 4, 1825. During this same period, the county in which Quincy lies was also given its name of Adams, which was also named after the president of the time. By 1840, Quincy had a population of 2,686, a substantial growth considering the settlement had been around for only 15 years. Throughout the years, Quincy continued to grow as more and more people stopped here because of its location on the Mississippi River, which helped give rise to flour and sawmills, manufacture of stoves, household furniture, organs, carriages, farm wagons, and breweries. The abundance of game, the fertile soil for farming, a variety of timber, and the combination of manufactured goods helped Quincy become a major commercial center along the Mississippi. The history of Quincy has not only had a tremendous impact on the local area, but has had a significant role in the development of our country. You'll see some of it here at the Historical Society campus. The central feature of the campus is the John Wood Mansion, home of Governor John Wood. Construction on the Greek Revival-style mansion began in 1835 under the skill of German immigrant craftsmen, whom Wood had brought from St. Louis and New Orleans. 3 years later, in 1838, the largest home in the area was completed. This 14-room estate was a sight to see, with so many other homes in the area being modest log cabins. Within the walls of the mansion is a number of antiques that could tell stories to intrigue you for hours on end, such as Orville Browning's table in the mansion's dining room. Browning and his good friend Abraham Lincoln dined at the table before Lincoln's famous presidential debate on October 13, 1858, with Quincy's Stephen Douglas in downtown's Washington Park. In the front parlor, you will find John Wood's writing desk, which is a portable compact box that some might call the first laptop. From his nearby office, Wood served as Illinois governor in 1860 after the death of Governor William Bissell. The legislature granted Wood's request to stay in Quincy so he could oversee the construction of his second mansion, his Octagon House. Just southeast of the mansion sits a building much smaller in comparison, but one with as much history and allure. An original 1835 log cabin that was built near Perry, Missouri, and relocated to the property in 2002. It was an unusual cabin for its time. Most cabins built in the early to mid-1800s were a one-room structure. This cabin, on the other hand, had a main floor as well as a staircase leading to a second. Inside there are many of the household items common in the 1800s, such as a spindle, a wood-burning stove, tools, and rustic furnishings. Among the Historical Society's treasures are rare artifacts of the Lincoln era. One such item is the hood in which Lewis Powell was hanged. Powell was one of the 8 conspirators in the assassination of President Lincoln, as well as the attempts on the lives of Vice President Andrew Johnson and Secretary of State William Seward. Also in the collection is a piece of china used by the Lincolns in the White House, as well as a commission signed by the President. Another notable antiquity displayed in the Lincoln Gallery are the keys to the original Mormon temple, built in the 1840s in Nauvoo, Illinois. As you observe the 33 artifacts and over 70 period photographs, paintings, lithographs, and documents, you will be transported to the past as history comes to life. Just as we pay great tribute to the president who led a divided nation through the Civil War, we also respect the many area men who fought bravely on the battlefields. The History Museum, located on the north side of the Visitor Center, has a room dedicated entirely to the Civil War. Here you will find a uniform of the Quincy City Guard, one of the first Illinois units summoned to join the Union Army. Also on display is a portrait of General Benjamin Mayberry Prentiss. Prentiss commanded the 6th Division under Ulysses S. Grant's army in the Battle of Shiloh in Tennessee on April 6, 1826. From the sound of whizzing bullets to the sound of a churning steamboat engine, you can explore the steamboat room. Here you will learn that in 1853, Quincy became one of the very few federal ports for steamboats in the country. And in 1856, nearly 3,000 steamboats had docked here, delivering and receiving products domestic as well as foreign. Quincy was also a major port for shipping out Union soldiers to the South during the Civil War, as well as being a refuge for injured soldiers returning from the battlefields. In the steamboat room, you will also see the wheel from the steamboat St. Paul and a chandelier from the Tom Jasper, along with many other items from the steamboat era. The History Museum, as well as the John Wood Mansion, the original 1835 log cabin, and the Lincoln Gallery are filled with the sights and sounds and the information from the days of our forefathers. And we've only scratched the surface of what these locations have to offer. So be sure to explore all these great exhibits, and don't forget to stop by the gift shop and pick up a souvenir that will be a historical reminder of your visit to the Quincy Historical Society. Thanks for being with us.